This is Alaji Business. Yesterday we had a very exciting time by we introducing business to each other and telling you the type of business registration that you actually need to be able to do business and survive. To be able to do business and survive. In one of my channel, I actually stated that you should get yourself branded by using your name as a branding tool. Once you use your name as a branding tool, you can now make the name to start rendering service or start selling products. Once it starts selling products or it starts rendering service, it starts giving value. And the value is the money that you earn from doing that. It's a good way to actually build generational wealth by registering yourself a sole proprietorship. Today, we would be talking about limited liability company. Company limited by shares or by guarantee. They are of two types. So there's a column where it is actually limited by shares, and there's another column where it is actually limited by stock or shares. So in the US we'll say it's stock, but in the side of the world where we are, we'll say it is stock. It is shares. So company limited liability company limited by shares is actually a limited liability company that's actually it's a limited liability company that actually is limited by shares in terms of shares value. So when you actually have a company limited by shares, what it means is that your company can be registered, but you are actually limited by shares. So we have people who are actually company limited by shares with 20%. Some are actually 10%. So they share it. So that become like a partnership amount in terms of value that they are actually limited by. So company limited by shares, it's one company in which you can register with your partner. So when you are investing, you know, okay, I'm taking 10%, you are taking 20%, you are taking 40%. So when there is any issue with the company, you can always have something to actually hold on to. But company limited by liabilities, by guarantee, it means that you actually have a fund that you have actually guaranteed for the investment, which some people actually do have like a benchmark. Okay, so let me invest in your company, but I actually have guarantee that if the company collapse, I'm going to get this amount back, maybe in terms of assets, in terms of properties, because some people even invest the name, like the sole proprietorship. Imagine if you have a business that you have a brand that you have actually registered for 50 years ago, and then there's a company who actually come to you to buy your brand. I think because you've actually invested in the brand for long, you would be able to get money like for it, because business that have been in establishment for 50 years cannot be compared with a business that has just been established. Even when you are to get credit, when you are to get loan, and when you are to evaluate, you see that companies that have been in existence for long are actually real companies that can give value to the society. So some people even actually buy business that have been 60, 80 years registered, and then you see that they bring up a product since 1908, since 1920, since 1957. That way, it means that the company has been in existence, so the trust they will get in the market will be higher. And once the trust they get in the market will be higher, there's high probability for them to make more business. And once there's high probability for them to make more business, it means there's high return on investment. And everyone would want to invest in something that will give them bigger marginal returns. So company limited companies are companies that you should look at when your value is bigger, like when you have a bigger product to offer, when you have a partner you are working with, and not when you have a family member that tells you that let's come together to get a business, or because you feel that limited companies actually give you the opportunity to access more credit, to establish bigger, to do to actually do bigger. But the fact of it is that even if your company is not a limited company and it's even a sole proprietorship or an enterprise, you can actually grow the business to the point where you actually sell your sole proprietorship to your partner. So brand like Mark and Spencer, Mark is a brand and Spencer is also a brand. They came together to form this brand, and you can imagine what they are actually doing. They have food chain, they have clothing chains, they have other businesses investment that actually bring return to the entire group together. So what am I trying to bring out here is that limited companies are companies that are for the future, are for people who have actually built investment, who actually have capital to invest, and who actually believe that their company would grow into a point where they need to start building the brand, and not start building a corporate brand and not the corporate name. Because once you are building a corporate name, it means your company is actually in existence, but the company is not big enough to actually drive it's not big enough to actually drive a brand. So when you use your name to register a sole proprietorship for the start, then when your business is growing and you are so confident with the partner that you want to work with, then you can now register the business as a company limited by shares, or if you have assets, then you register the company as a company limited by guarantee. These are ways in which you can actually develop and grow your money over time. So I want you to note that businesses do not just become business, and investment do not just become investment. They actually grow over time. So the option in which I have for you is to tell you that you can actually develop and grow your business over time by you investing in the little you have now, and then over time you build up your capital, and then you can invest in a bigger venture that would lead to the growth of your brand, which probably could be your name, and a growth for in terms of revenue, and in terms of credit that you can even access, whether flexible or long-term based credit. So today I hope you have learned something. Continue to follow Adeleke Business for more updates on business tips and business projects, anything related to investment, finance, management, and savings. You can always be rest assured that I would always be available to give you the tips. Thank you for joining this, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you next time. Have a lovely time. God bless you. Bye.